something like this as well. You will not see the problem where they told you that you've got a special interest rate of 25 cents a day on every group of $500. You're not going to see one that's broken up like that. It'll be a little bit more straightforward in the problem. You repaid a loan of $700 with a check for $720.30, and you did so after 9 months. Determine the interest rate. Again, 2 choices. It looks like the first formula would be the best formula to use. But that means you're going to have to unwrap all the stuff around it to be able to find that R value. And that may be a little bit more than you want to go through. So remember that we had one other interest formula that was out there that didn't ever show up on the test, that told us the amount that we have at the end minus what we started with is equal to interest. The reason for that is using this would make this formula easier to use if you have to find rate or if you have to find time. But I remember on test number 1, when I gave this problem, a lot of people took this value and said that was interest. True or false? False. You borrowed how much money? But you paid back how much money? So if you want to use the simpler interest formula, wouldn't this be a better starting point? Which means that the amount of interest you paid was $27.30. This, for me, would be an easier approach, but those of you that like challenges could use the other formula. But one thing I know is not true, if you drop that $727.30 in there for the I value, it's going to be wrong. And you will not get much credit because you didn't approach the problem right. So now we have enough information to come back and use this formula. So $27.30 is what we get by starting our $700 times an unknown interest rate for 9 out of the 12 months of the year. Some of you used to help me solve this on these problems, and the Help Me Solve This encouraged you to do this multiplication problem first, which is a possibility. The only problem or only danger in that is if we take this 700 and we multiply it by 9/12, there's no guarantee that we're going to get a nice number. And I saw that when people didn't get nice numbers, they didn't like that, so they rounded off. And rounding off in the middle of the problem is just a kiss of death in the exercise. It's not a good situation. So if you did the problem this way, this is one way to be able to do it, because now you got a 525R being equal to 2730, and you know good and well that at this particular point you have to divide by 525. So that's $27.30 getting divided by the 525 would tell you that you came up with an interest rate with an R value which was 0.52. Your other option at that problem would have been to do this. Instead of doing the division problem that way, you could have taken the 2730, the 700, the R, and the 9/12, and you could have taken this entire group. 700 needs to be written a little bit better. If you choose this route, those grouping symbols become extremely important, because if you don't keep that denominator group together, it gives you a different result, a way different result. Either one, these still come up to give us the same value of 0.052. Any problems with that? One major problem. They asked you for the percent, but you don't have the percent yet. What you have at this particular point is you have the decimal version. And the decimal version has to be multiplied by 100 in order to get the percent version. Or just a simple 2 decimal place shift, which most of you know happens when you multiply by 100. But putting in a 0.052 inside this blank here, putting in here will cost you the entire point value of the problem. Will probably cost you 2 points at the end because you didn't do the conversion back to a decimal or into a percent value of the problem. So that would not have been what we wanted in here. Here we would have wanted to see the 5.2 as the percent value of the exercise. That would have been the most efficient way to work the problem. Trying to go about it the long way is a bigger chase, it's a bigger scavenger hunt, and it's lots of places you could make simple mistakes. So it would be better if you saw a problem like this. In fact, the only time I would ever use this formula right there is if they gave me all the stuff on the right-hand side of the problem. Or they gave me the P, the R, or excuse me, the A, the R, and the T, so I could keep that thing grouped together and divide it out. But other than that, I wouldn't use that formula much for anything. But it's your choice. You get the choices out there. So those are similar to the two types of problems we would probably see if we were dealing with a simple interest problem.